Hello guys and welcome back to some more World of Tanks. First of all, please subscribe and like the video if you enjoy this. I bring quite regular replays, at least once per week, maybe the occasional live stream. If you do watch live stream, I'm quite different in live stream. I get very ragey. Like a lot of people, so I don't fake my reactions. I get quite ragey. I know I've watched a lot of live streamers who, yeah, quite obviously are quite raging inside, but they're trying to keep calm for the stream. But I'm not very good at that. But today we are bringing you some reviews of the two free the two tanks you can get at level 100 for this season pass. If you pay for the season pass, you get the Kari, and if you don't, and you still get to level 100, you get the Orochi. And I'm going to give you a review of both. So the first replay is in the Kari, and we'll just get right to my commentary on what I think the tank's like, and then you can actually I'll just comment on the replay. And it is a very good tank. I guess you could compare it a little bit to like the Shaska or the Scorpion G for their countries. We've got the Japanese version. A little bit different. It's non-turreted, as you can see. It's and I've got not a particularly good crew in this right now, so we're getting spotted up quite quickly, but we have got quite good vision. As you can see, this thing, this tank just parked right in front of me, which is nice. We have got a very good gun. It's got a quite good pen. As you can see, we're penning a King Tiger quite easily, and obviously premium rounds help with that quite a fair amount. When you're up against higher tiers, as you can see, we are in a very dangerous situation right now. We're getting swamped, and our team is just on the other side of the map. So we're putting a round into the top of that tank. We're, as I can see, the gun is really good. It's really quite accurate. The shell velocity is a little bit slow. As you can see, got a bit deal with lag as well, but we're putting in shots. Our armor can, as you can see, bounce occasionally, but you don't want to be relying on it. Like I said, the gun is great on this thing. It packs a punch. It's fairly accurate. The only thing that kind of lets it down is the shell velocity a little bit. As you can see, we've got APCR as our premium, which is what I prefer. I don't particularly like heat. If that's my option, I'll definitely go for APCR if I had a choice in every tank as my premium. And yeah, we've got pretty good camo in this thing. Even though it's quite a large vehicle, it's got pretty good camo. I have got camo net on it, and obviously when I get a better crew, I'll be putting a fair amount of my skills into a camo build, just so I have that option of being able to sit back and hit. But I don't think it's too terrible getting a bit close to the enemy either. Like I said, I wouldn't rely on your armor, but it can occasionally bounce. And with such a big gun, you can just go around the corner, smack someone, take a hit, and then pull back, and then do the same again. But obviously it's got pretty damn good camo, so why not use that to your advantage, right? So I'm going to be pretty much playing it a bit more of a glass TD, but nearer the end I'm quite willing to push in with my hit points and my little bit of armor to play with. As you can see, so very good tank basically. And quite honestly, I think the Japanese line tech tree is very disappointing in general. So it's nice to have a good tank in the line. Yes, it is a premium, but beggars can't be choosers. The new Japanese TD lines only just come out, so I can't really give my impressions of that yet. But obviously, if this is anything to go by, then it should be pretty good, which is nice because basically the whole Japanese line is not all that good. You got the medium line, and vast majority of the line is disappointing. Your tier 8 and the tier 9 are probably best in the line. But yeah, the tier 10 and previous are not particularly competitive. And then you've got the Japanese super heavies, and they're not particularly competitive. Yeah, you can have great games in them, you can have fun in them, but I wouldn't say they're competitive at all. So it's nice. It might be, well, far as I know, it seems like the TD line will be actually competitive and actually decent, which would be makes a change for the Japanese tech tree at all. So I'm more than happy to have some decent tanks in the Japanese line. As you can see, we're just finishing up this game right now. There is a TD back there, and he's definitely got better camo than me. So I am just sitting here and waiting for a shot to come through. There he is. He actually gets spotted. Put a lovely shot into him. Shame we didn't have HE in, but wasn't sure what I was going to be facing. And as you can see, we've mainly used, we are top tier to be fair, but we mainly used our AP rounds. We're close to running out. As you can see, basically 5,000 combined with 4 kills is a very nice game. And let's just have a look. I believe that we only come second in this game, believe it or not. And it is not even a first class because obviously it's a new tank. It's got quite high threshold, but yeah. Alright, we're going out in the Orochi. We've got several Orochi gameplays to show you today. As you can see, this one is with the derp gun. You have 2 choices of guns in the Orochi. One is the derp gun, firing HE and hate, and the other one is the basically more competitive gun. Now, as you can see, when you're top tier, HE is amazing, but unfortunately as a tier 8 you're going to be facing a lot of tier 9s and 10s, and the derp gun just isn't very good against those things at all. I've had several absolutely abysmal games, and I will show you one of those in this thing using the derp gun. Now, I like derp guns, but I just don't think this one is quite good enough. Obviously, in the tier 10 super heavy Japanese line, I use my derp gun because I'm not facing anything a higher tier, so I'm going to be always facing tier for tier or lower tier. So the derp gun is good and a lot of fun in that situation. But for a tier 8, when you're going to be facing 2 tiers higher, and only occasionally facing lower tier tanks, I quite honestly, I probably will just be using the more competitive gun for the majority of the time, which is kind of annoying because, as you can see, it is a lot of fun when you are top tier using the derp gun. And you can have the occasional good game facing tier 9s, because obviously you're not facing just tier 9s, you'll be facing some tier 8s. And if you go for the weak spots, the derp gun can splash for quite a bit still. But I've had games where I was facing Tiger 2s and I just couldn't get the lower plate and things like that. And I was just hitting their frontal plates, and they of course had premium loaded, so they were just going through my armor like hot knife through butter, and I was hitting them for 50 damage, and I just felt, that is just not fun when you're getting absolutely rinsed for all your hit points, and you're basically not doing anything to them. So yeah, just not that fun when you're not getting with people's weak spots and you're facing tier for tier or higher. And there we go. We managed to just whittle that guy down. We're hitting the droids and things. We're sort of splashing them for 300, 400. and then just whittled him down till he was dead, basically. As you can see, our team is absolutely just getting absolutely rinsed. As you can see, we're getting guys coming around behind us. I'm not sure what to do here. It looks like the enemy is not pushing on the 1-2 line, so we're going to turn around and try to whittle down some of these guys. But it looks far too late, right? Just not getting any shots off here, really. Don't know where that went. That looked pretty fully aimed. Maybe I started moving before I actually pressed the trigger. It's the only explanation, really. Or obviously it's a derpy gun, but still, you're thinking I need every shot to hit, and there we go. Don't know what that guy was doing. Now we're getting hit from behind. We got our guy behind us, so we're just gonna face this guy before we get absolutely swamped, because they're not going to concentrate on me. They're going to concentrate on that heavy and that TD, and I'm going to concentrate on this guy. So we are blocking stuff and just putting in the damage to this guy, trying to make him miss his shots, trying to ram him. Bit of a mistake letting him get behind me now. Put another big hit into him, but unfortunately it's just not going to be enough. And we bounced on the Barask, which is awesome with our smaller gun there. But as you can see, 4,000 damage, but a massive loss. And that is the problem with having a TD. It's got first class there, guys, but you know. So not too disappointed with my performance, but just unfortunately with a super heavy, you can't head the push. You can't adjust to your team. Yeah, super heavies. And now this is like, I've got HE in. I'm like, oh my god, this is the perfect game. No artillery. It's a city map. I can have an amazing game with the HE, with the derp gun. But it didn't work out that way, did it? So yeah, we're coming up to this corner. I usually fight in this corner, but we ain't got any gun depression really, so it's not the best to be fighting this corner. Our guy's just committing suicide there. Don't know why. Waiting for someone to come around the corner. It's hard to tell where some of the enemy tanks are. I think, oh, they're just behind that wall, and actually they're not. They're actually down on past the other buildings, and he's trying to feather a shot into, and we've missed that shot. It's the only shot we've managed to get off so far. As you can see, we are winning the game, but I am just not getting any shots off. The thing is, can't really unfortunately don't put that shot in. That guy's loading full premium. He's just going through my armor like it was nothing. As you can see, terrible game so far. And because I had to rush that shot into the Ragnarok, I didn't pen him either. Just quite disappointment at the moment. I've already got 600 damage. Just not a good game so far. I'm trying to watch our flank here. As you can see, we're just obviously going to get out-spotted as well. And when your armor at tier 8 doesn't really mean anything. There we go. This guy, is he going to come up? And now the teams are now equal. Now we really need to do something to help pull the team back. Try to get them to have a win. Try to get us to a win, that is. But with only 600 health and premium rounds, yeah, I'm just going to wait for this guy to push. Now, there's the Emil. Managed to put that shot in to take out a tank, which is nice. And make the team a little bit more equal now. Again, we're just kind of waiting for that Black Prince to push. He's not giving us anything. Really annoying. And then that guy shows himself, but we don't pen either. And it's the Ragnarok again, just putting in that premium round. He obviously is a decent player because he knows that he cannot afford to take a hit with this dirt gun in, because we could pretty much one-shot him. Or take the majority of his health off. We managed to get a shot into that guy. Rushed it. But trying to track him in place. And it's... And this guy's rushed me. And again, we're just not penning any of our shots. Really quite annoying. Trying to finish this guy off. We can. We do with the small gun, which is nice. Now again, we try to go for that lower plate and don't actually pen. Quite disappointing, as you can see. We've only got less than 2,000 damage. Trying to push into the last guys, see if we can actually get any more damage in this game. We know there's a guy over here behind us. That Ragnarok guy is doing some damage. Black Prince has killed someone. Teams are not as that, you know, it could still we could still lose this game if we're not careful. And of course we're just not catching up with any of the enemies. That's the problem. There's a member of my clan in the other one, he dies. So there's just the one tank left and I'm just too slow to get into the fray, unfortunately. So this game, as you can see, with the dirt gun, you can have real bad RNG and just not pen anything, even the tier 6s, and you get, what, less than 2,000 damage in a game, even when you're top tier and in the city match. That's very disappointing. That should have been a runaway success, but it really wasn't. But we got second class, so that shows you how badly some people are having games in this thing, because it is, you know, quite the disappointment in many respects. And this is with probably one of the funnest games I had in it, and we are using the more competitive gun. Basically, we got AP rounds as standard. As you can see, we've got a load of ammunition, so we don't have to worry about that. Obviously, reload time is very long, so not as long as a dirt gun, so we can put shots out a little bit quicker. Obviously more likely to pen, but obviously not going to be doing as much damage as if we were pen with the big dirt gun. But as you can, you know, as like I said, you're going to be facing tier 9s into the tier 10s. This is just a lot more competitive, and to be honest, I would definitely recommend using this gun rather than dirt gun. Obviously, unless, I mean, it depends on how you want to play this. It's not really a competitive tank in general. So, you know, you can have fun. Just stick the the dirt gun on and just go out and try to have some fun. But if you want to be competitive, then, you know, don't put this gun on instead. Like I said, not competitive tank anyway. So, you know. But yeah, I would have he's a tier 9, so this is what we're up against. This guy is shame, wasted that shot. We're facing a tier 9 here, so we want to be careful. But with AP rounds, we're hitting the sweet spots, so we can still go through them, which is very nice, because this tank, that TD, does have very good armor, really. But we are we're just trying to put in a shot there, track him in place. Basically, we haven't got many allies over this side, but we are getting flooded by the enemy here. So basically, just trying to stop them or progressing as much as we can. And yeah, there you go. The tier 9s there with the dirt gun are just splashing me to death. You know, dirt gun on the tier 9 and tier 10, a lot more competitive. But like I said, when you're tier 8, you'll be facing tier 9s and 10s. Definitely not as competitive. As you can see, even with premium rounds, we've struggled to get through that guy. And it's another Orochi. We can't even pen with premium rounds on his, although a bit of a bad angle, to be fair. We're trying to get the flat of his, and just missing those shots because we're expecting to get killed at any point. I managed to put a shot into him, just waiting for that last shot. And we do, it's only 2 damage, but we do get the kill. As you can see, we actually, and this guy's just coming in, okay? Because he thinks he can kill us, and he's right, but he fluffs his shot, and I managed to finish him off, and I shake my turret at him. Because he was obviously waiting, just looking for a quick kill on me. Didn't quite happen that way. As you can see, we bounced 2,000, pretty much 2,500. The Swedish TD there is probably going to go through me pretty damn easily, and I can't outspot him. But we got 2,800 direct damage, 1,900 spotting assist and tracking assist. So we're going to pull back. So it looks like they're doing the very insane thing of pushing through the town. Obviously, we can get killed by pretty much anything at this point. I'm just waiting for them to push or pull back so we can actually get a shot on this guy. So that would be very nice. And he does, but we don't get the shot off in time. So we're not going to face that Swedish TD. Waiting to see if he pulls back. As you can see, we had a very good game. Our armor didn't really... yeah, we got... Okay, I was going to say our armor didn't really do anything, but we did bounce 2,400, but it just didn't feel like it was doing much because we're getting hit, splashed by those type 4s. And, yeah. But obviously, if we weren't in this thing... we would have probably already been dead because that flank we were heavily outgunned on that flank. And unfortunately, it looks like that would be pretty much it. Can we get any more shots off? There's one TD, and it is that TD we're having trouble with. He did relocate to help his team and put a lovely shot into him. So we do get a little bit more damage in the end. So we get about 5,000 pretty much. Combined, become top of the team. I believe this is an actual first class. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.